So now, to be effective as an auctioneer, anybody who's never tried this, you do have to command the audience, or else you're not getting people to pay attention to what's up, who's bid, where the bid is coming from. I mean, I've been at various events where the table chatter is going to drown out any auctioneer and anything they say. How did you learn to do that job? How did you do it?
So when I first started, I took auctions the way I had been trained to be an auctioneer, which was the way that you're trained to be an art auctioneer. So if you are not familiar with the auction world, there are two very different types of auctions. Art auctioneering is what you see in movies. It's where people go to an auction house and they sit very quietly in a room and stare at the auctioneer while the auctioneer auctions off beautiful pieces of art that everybody wants. This can be jewelry, this can be cars, it goes on, but a luxury item. A charity auction is the complete opposite of that. You are in a crowded room of people who have already gone through a cocktail hour and are probably 2 or 3 glasses of wine into the evening. You're hoping as the auctioneer. You get on stage late in the evening where there's been a ton of programming and you're trying to sell things that people don't necessarily want or frankly even know that you're selling before you get on stage. And so it's really about selling and involving the audience. So when I first started taking auctions, I would get on stage and do what I had been taught to do, which was act like an art auctioneer and very sort of stiff and formal. And the crowd drowned me out 9 times out of 10. And it was embarrassing and humiliating. And I still went up and did it time and time again, because every once in a while, there would be something that happened where I would be able to get the crowd's attention for a little bit. And there was something that was curious about that to me. And I wanted to dig into that and understand how to get the crowd to react, how to get them to come back. And what I learned over the course of my career as an auctioneer is it is about that command. So much about it is the way that you come out. And this can be spread across any public speaking. If you come out on stage and you are quiet, you don't have a lot of energy, that is what the room will give you. Nothing. And if you come out as an auctioneer, quiet with no energy, they won't even turn around. People have no issue talking over the auctioneer, especially in New York. So with me, I bring out a gavel. I slam it down 3 times as hard as I can. I call it the strike method. And from there, I launch into a spiel that sounds something like, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lydia Feret. I am delighted to be here this evening." And then I throw in a joke. And it's usually about how fast the auction is going to be. They've given me 15 minutes. I'm going to get this done in 9. I know no one wants me on stage in the first place, but we're going to make it fun and furious. Let's get going. So the audience immediately knows that I am in on the joke. I know that nobody wants me up there, but it's a necessary evil and we're going to make it fun. And so doing something like that has allowed the audience to sort of be like, okay, like she gets it. We'll give her some time. That'll buy me maybe the first lot, maybe the second, but by the third lot, they're talking again. So you have to make sure that you go back to the audience and you get them to shush each other. As the auctioneer, I never want to shush the crowd. I'll say to the table as I'm leaving, okay, guys, when I ask table 9, because now you're my best friends, I've been seated at your table tonight. When I ask you, I need you guys to shush the crowd for me. So the crowd starts to bubble up around lot 3. And I say to table 9, I need you to shush the crowd for me. Or my friends at table 9, could you do what we talked about before? And they'll do it for me. So you learn how to command an audience. And what you realize over time is if you make it about the audience and not about the lots and not about you as the auctioneer, they're definitely more excited to be there. If I'm picking out people and calling them out by a celebrity doppelganger, if I'm making a joke about somebody who's bidding and is trying to slap her husband or the wife's hand down while the other one bids, like you make it about what's taking place in the audience and less about on stage. And people love that.